68-yarder, 70-yarder in preseason.
If you take those two numbers, the 68-yarder and the 70-yarder, what's the average of those two kicks, Jules?
69.
Yep. You are correct. You're a math magician just like myself.
Not like that. Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
And this is the show where your favorite dudes get to talk about their favorite dudes.
And today we're naming our second annual All Dudes team.
Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified every time we drop a new episode.
Let's go.
Let's go. Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio. Rob, we haven't talked since the game. What do you think about the Pats being back in the Super Bowl?
I love it, Jules. It's an unbelievable turnaround. It's very remarkable what they have done in just over the past, year. And I'm talking just year only. It's been a rebuild. And I had the Patriots going to the playoffs this year. There's no doubt about it. I actually had the Buffalo Bills winning the division, though. I thought there was absolutely no chance that the Bills were going to give it up. They were experienced head coach, Josh Allen. The Bills have been just on fire over the last couple years, winning the division the last, 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. But I saw the Patriots improving in the offseason, improving at their head coach position, improving at their, coordinator positions as well. But I just didn't think that they could put it together the way that they put it together, so quickly as they have done this year. So I had them as a wild card team, and they have exceeded my expectations and actually everyone's expectations through the absolute roof. And it's just been unbelievable what they've been doing. And why I really like this team is because no one is selfish on this team. And that's why they are where they are, because they all play together. They just have one goal in mind, and that's to win football games. And these guys, they're football players out there, They don't have the most talented roster. They don't have all these superstars that are in their prime. They all just play together, and they all go out there and play the game hard, and they show up with a strategy. It shows that strategy can beat opponents that have more skill. They do have a lot of skill, but let me tell you, there's teams that they play that have a little bit more skill, but they have a better strategy, and they go in and play the game harder. And the Patriots, they're back, baby. Let's go, Jules.
It's crazy. It's like what you said. They have a strategy and they're playing for each other and are very accountable to each other. What some would call that the Patriot way.
Yes, definitely. It's a newer version, I would say.
New version.
It's the
new version of the Patriot way, baby.
It really is. It's a whole, because you got RKK. RKK is the founder of how the Patriots are going to operate. He wants the best product that he can put out on the field. And RKK has the final call in everything. And he's the best owner in the game. And he showed it once again this year, getting back to the Super Bowl, putting the best product out on the field, giving the best product for the fans, all the New England fans out there. And that's what he wants to do. And he has proven it. He's been talking about it over the last year. I'm going to do whatever is best for this football team. Even if I make a couple mistakes, I'm going to figure it out and keep trying to get the best team out on the field so we can get back to the Super Bowl. And he proved it. He backed up his words, and he's back in the Super Bowl once again.
RKK looking like a G. Looking like straight G. Now, you were at the NFC Championship. You saw these Seahawks in person. What do you think?
Yes, well, the Denver, New England AFC Championship game, that was a little bit of a mess. There's no doubt about that. It was sloppy all over the place. It really wasn't the game that everyone was expecting. No one was expecting that storm in the second half either. I felt like it just came out of nowhere. The teams really didn't game plan it from what I've been reading and what I've been hearing. I feel like the fans weren't expecting a snowstorm either in the second half. But that was all over the place. It was low scoring, 10-7. But once again, we talked about the Patriots. They find ways to get the job done no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, no matter what the weather is, no matter who they're playing, what type of defense they're playing, what type of offense. They just get it done. And that's why the Patriots are back to the Super Bowl. And then you go to the NFC Championship game. Oh, my gosh. what a matchup that was. That was one for the ages. That was one of the best NFC championship games of all time. It was just an honor to be right there on the sidelines just to check out all the action. I believe that the Rams are the best team, in the NFL. I've been saying that for, quite some time throughout this season. But the Seahawks, they have come together, and they're kind of like the Patriots in some ways. No one really believed in them at the beginning of the season. They got better throughout the whole entire year. They played together as a team. They're very unselfish out there as well. But to see this game in person, what I really loved about it is that every single superstar on both teams, on the Los Angeles Rams and on the Seattle Seahawks, came out to play. The big-time playmakers have to make big-time plays to get your team to the championship, while both teams' big-time playmakers were making big-time plays throughout the whole entire game. And it's a must-see NFC championship game. If you haven't watched it, go back. If you TiVo'd the game, go back and watch it.
TiVo? What are we, 92?
Yeah. Well, or, you recorded it, or you can just go on YouTube and watch it, or wherever, Julian, where you can watch it. But what a game, man. It was so awesome.
Yeah, that had to have been a treat, man. And we'll have a full official preview next week when we're in the Super Bowl area of San Francisco creating content with Liquid IV. Let's get into naming the 2025 All Dudes team. So what's up with the All Dudes team?
It's pretty
simple.
It's pretty simple, Julian, that's for sure. These are the dudes we loved this year.
Let's get into it. Let's start off with offense.
All right. Well,
we're going to taper this down compared to our last year. We're going to consolidate this. Last year was a little bit much, so we're going to keep this quick hitting and the must-see TV type stuff. So offense, we'll start with quarterback.
Well, we're going to go with the obvious. Obviously, Matthew Stafford's going to be up there. He's in contention. He's in the lead to be the MVP.
All-Pro.
Also All-Pro as well. He threw for 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I mean, it's 4,700 yards as well. He's got spectacular wide receivers as well on his roster, so that definitely helped him out. There's absolutely no doubt about it. He had all-pro wide receiver Puka Nukua. He's throwing to an ex-all-pro who still has it as well in Devontae Adams. And then he had wonderful tight ends. He had like 3 different tight ends and tons of personnel, groupings that, he can go out there and, run play action and hit someone in the play action game, or just throw it out wide to one of his wide receivers throughout the game. So Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, all this.
Unbelievable.
We know all the stats of Matthew Stafford. Our nominees, first off, we got Matthew Stafford, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, and Dak Prescott. This isn't the all-pro team. This is the all-dudes team. Okay, so it's not going to be the guy that wins MVP. This is the guy that we like the most this year. And the guy that I think that's getting my nod, got to be Caleb Williams.
Well, Julian, okay? How many are we picking? How many teams do we have? Is it first and second
we just
team
go
and
one.
Honorable mention? We're just going one, straight up just one.
And now hear me out with Caleb.
All right.
Caleb had some of the most elite fourth down plays that we've ever seen. A Chicago Bears quarterback winning games for the team, something I don't think we've ever seen. And it's been really cool to see his relationship with Ben Johnson and what they've like. Chicago being a big time team is like just great for football. He's a young dude. He's doing it his way, which is like the whole new gen type way of doing things. But he's also like, he won ball games, man. It wasn't pretty, but he was just entertaining. I liked his energy, and they were on a heater. He's got that whiz energy.
I really like that, and just the way that he presented himself after he beat Green Bay, in the playoffs, wearing the cheese grater hat or helmet or whatever it was. Like,
he's a kid.
That's just awesome. Like, it is. It gets the fans pumped up. It gets Chicago pumped up. And that's what we're talking about, to be on the all dudes team, doing things like that as well, being dominant on the football field, but also being a little witty off the field, and wearing that cheese grater hat was classic.
Paints his fingernail. Hey, man, I'm not a paint my fingernail type guy, but you got to have some kind of confidence to go out there and paint your fingernails in championship games and go play. My guy's he's got confidence.
Yes.
That's to another level.
Yes, definitely. All right, so we're just picking one guy here on at each position.
I think we got to give it to Caleb, all dudes team this year. I mean, all the other guys, Trevor Lawrence, unbelievable year, gets his team to the playoffs. Josh Allen, we expect him to be Superman. That's what he is. It was close with Drake May, these new gen type quarterbacks. He had an unbelievable year, and he's still playing. But I just think Caleb, with a couple of those plays late in the playoffs, in the cold temperatures, making these scratch your head throws that turn into like instant memories, instant games with names type games. It was crazy. So I think we got to go with Caleb. What do you think, Rob?
I can't argue with you. I was thinking Josh Allen possibly. I mean, Trevor Lawrence as well with having his best year. But you're right, Caleb Williams, because he was bringing it on the field. His dangerous throws, that one where he threw it off of his back foot after he ran backwards 25 yards in the in the game versus the Rams in the divisional game, was just absolutely ridiculous. You got to be a dude to pull that off. I can't argue with Julian. I'll go with Caleb Williams. I like the points that you brought up, and it was just his second year in the NFL, and he showed that improvement like tremendously. So let's give it to Caleb. I like it. First team all-do quarterback.
Let's go with our next selection. Let's go to the receiver position. Who's our all-dude receiver? Our nominees are Jamar Chase, Puka Nukua, Justin Jefferson, George Pickens, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and 2007 Randy Moss. That's in the notes. And Randy's just the man. And Amon-Ra St. Brown.
This is an easy one for me, Jules. I mean, I love all these wide receivers. George Pickens, heck of a year, no doubt about that.
Heck of a year.
I mean,
made a lot of money this year.
Pitt shipped
Missed
him over.
Missed that curfew going to Vegas, though.
Yeah, actually, maybe lost a lot of money because of Vegas. Vegas got to him. Vegas got
he's
to him.
rich.
He's going to make a lot of money. He had that Pro Bowl season.
I felt bad for Jamar all year.
I mean, I don't really feel that bad. I mean, guy had 125 receptions for almost 1,500 yards, and he's, paid pretty well. But still, I mean, he deserves, a consistency, out there, and he can't just do it all. Now that you put
it that way, Rob, I guess I'm with you. Yeah. But I mean, like, it hurts to see when those kind of guys like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, these type of guys don't get to play in important games. It's like it's a travesty. Along with Amon-Ra St. Brown, who didn't make the playoffs, like all year these guys balled out. You want to see him in the playoffs, and I'm with you.
You want to see what they can do with the lights on. In the everyone watching, 50 million people watching in the championship games, like a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and yeah, it is sad that they didn't have those opportunities, because you want to see, they can do it all regular season, but you want to see what they can really do in the playoffs.
Now, I think I'm right there with you on who's the dude.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about him. We haven't even mentioned his name yet, Julian.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh, you're going with JSN?
You're going with Puka?
I'm going with Puka, man. I mean, I understand JSN, but JSN, that was his first, big game. I mean, the playoff game versus San Francisco.
No, I'm with you.
Doesn't
I
really
think
count.
It's Puka.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going Puka Nukua.
Yeah, we got to go Puka Nukua.
Puka's an absolute dog. He's a savage out on the field. The energy that he brings to the table. And I love JSN, but Puka's just a thick wide receiver. He's bigger bodied, and I just love
2C thick.
Big nature, body skilled players out there. And Puka just brings it all to the table. He's a complete wide receiver. He's blocking fools down the field as well for his running backs. He's catching passes, that are contended, three guys around him. And the defense knows when the ball's going to Puka, and he still ends up making the play and making the catch. He's just an absolute beast out there on the field.
He's an absolute beast. He's got to stay away from the live streamers every once in a while. But, Puka, he just has fun. You could see his energy. He's a team guy, like you said. Blocks in the run game, blocks for his teammates in the pass game. He just wants to win and like have fun doing it. And that's why he's the all dudes receiver selection. Let's jump into running back. Who's the all dudes running back selection. Our nominees are James Cook out of Buffalo, Derrick Henry out of Baltimore, Derrick Henry's high school. Derrick Henry high school version. We just saw that. I mean, that was just going around so much. We wanted to put that on there. Josh Allen, his Buffalo. Week 4 through now, Ramondre Stevenson hasn't fumbled a ball. Christian McCaffrey out of San Francisco, and Bijon Robinson out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I love the all dudes nominees. Like week 4 through now, Ramondre Stevenson, also high school Derrick Henry. This is classic. I mean, you could never go wrong with high school Derrick Henry, though. That could always be the right answer. Just an absolute monster out there ever since he's been in high school, just carrying that football. But Jules, this is a tough one. What are you thinking here?
These guys are all really good. Josh Allen, I mean, he's a damn running back. He had 579 yards. Derrick Henry, 1,500 yards. How old is this guy? He's still getting 1,500 yard seasons? Jesus Christ.
I mean, he only gets better as he ages. He's like a fine wine.
He's exactly. James Cook was just elite. He's just skating on all over defenses. Christian McCaffrey's he's a workload. He touched the ball like 8,000 times this year, I think. And he stayed healthy, which that's an accomplishment. And then Bijon Robinson. I think Bijon Robinson's insane.
He is. He took over games, and he's so explosive as well. That's what makes him so good, is right when he touches the ball, he just takes off. And you can't really, estimate that speed. You can't really practice, what he brings to the table. So when it comes to game time, he just flies right by you because of how explosive he is. You can't match that with someone.
He reminds me of Barry Sanders, man.
A little bit, definitely. I can see that.
He's got some Barry Sanders to him, and what was his pass? He had a lot of passing catches too, I think. Like, this guy was a monster. It was like you had to stop him to win against Atlanta. I think it's either Christian McCaffrey or Bijon. I love James Cook. I love D. Henry, but those guys, they had the fumbies. They had the case of the butterfingers.
That was at the beginning of the year, though.
It was at the beginning of the year, but there was one Derrick Henry late in the year, I think, too, where they got he was dealing with it. Bijon.
I'm gonna go with those two. I like your pick, how you narrowed it down. I mean, I'm gonna go with Bijon Robinson. I really like what Christian McCaffrey did, but I felt like all those carries were kind of forced because he was the only player kind of on that roster, at the time, and so many other guys were getting hurt. So it was like, we just got to feed it to Christian McCaffrey. So his average yards per carry wasn't really up there, but he did a tremendous job. But I'm just going to go with Bijon Robinson. I mean, the guy freaking just was all over the place, changed the game for Atlanta. They got so many different skill players as well on Atlanta, but he was the most consistent one. And Atlanta, he kept them in contention, They ended up,
He kept them entertaining.
Yeah, entertaining as well. Exactly. You tuned into Atlanta because of Robinson, because that's how good he is of a player coming out of the backfield. He can catch the ball and run the ball.
All dudes team running back is Bijon Robinson. Let's get to the all dudes team tight end with our nominees of Trey McBride out of Arizona. This guy had 126 catches, 1,200 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Record for most tight end receptions. He had a monster year. Current Robert Gronkowski, I still think he can get 6 to 8 touchdowns, maybe 6 to 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, there we go.
Kyle Pitts had an unbelievable year at 88 receptions, 928 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Looks like he kind of recharged his career. That's kind of what we expected out of Kyle Pitts after getting drafted in the top 10. Travis Kelce, he's an all-dudes guy because he's Travis Kelce. He still had 76 catches for 851 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Can't argue with that.
And can't argue that. 76 damn catches. That's a lot of catches. Mark Andrews out of Baltimore, 68 receptions, 790 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. And Tucker Kraft, before he got hurt, 58 receptions, 701 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was balling. Which one do you like? I'm going to give this one to you.
Yeah, well, this one's pretty easy. I'm going to go with the guy from Arizona, Trey McBride. He's kind of
He balled this year.
He absolutely balled. He's kind of under the radar as well. He's not talked about much.
No one watches Arizona games. It's a travesty.
No, exactly.
This guy fucking looks like a monster out there.
Exactly. And he did it with 2 quarterbacks this year with Jacoby Brissett and also with Kyler Murray. This guy just doesn't stop. Whoever's throwing him the ball, he's going to get open. He's going to make plays.
He's a beast too.
Record for
he's kind of like jacked.
Let me get to it. Why he was going to be my all dudes tight end here? Not just because he had the best year out of all the tight ends, breaking the record for most receptions in the year 2, but last year at tight end U in Nashville, I'm just checking him out. We're in the same line. We're warming up. And I look at him, I'm like, yo, Trey, you got the most jacked legs I've ever seen. I'm telling you, he's low-key diesel. He may not look like a monstrous tight end out on the field, but I'm telling you, his legs are absolutely monstrous. And that's what makes him such a great player, because he's so low to the ground. He has so much power. He has so much force. And he's quick as well, because he's not tall. He's got powerful legs that are super strong, and he can just get open and stop right on the dime, turn around, make the catch, and get right up the field. And guy's just absolute dude out there. But too bad he just plays for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, he's all dudes team. We still recognize guys that aren't in the high market, so that's why we got to give this one to Trey McBride. We recognize ballers. And he's a freaking baller. Jacked, 126 catches. You get a little better yards per catch, but that's because they don't have anyone else really. So everyone's looking at this guy, and he's still catching 126 rocks.
And he's still getting open. And the guy for honorable mention, the way that he just plays the game, I love, but he got hurt, so, it's just not going to him, to be on the all-dudes team. But he's going to get honorable mention. That's Tucker Kraft. The guy punishes defenders after he gets the ball in his hand. He called the big game,
too, right before he went off.
I call it. He's always ready to go off, but just too bad he got hurt, or else.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Gronk Jules. I just call it when Tucker Kraft's going off. It was for tight end day. Tight end National Tight End Day. He goes off every single time.
Remember the whole pizza before the hut challenge?
They were calling for college and pro QBs to say pizza before hut.
Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Hut. Hut.
Did you see who answered?
TB12.
The GOAT.
And now he's delivering for Pizza Hut, and he's got a message for fans. Order the Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut for only $10.
That's a crazy price, and it's just a massive pizza. We're talking slices so big, you have to fold them. Do you fold your slices?
You gotta fold those big New York style slices. It's simple structural engineering. If you don't, the slice just flops all over the place.
Nobody wants the flop over.
Anyway, some big games are coming up, and the Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut is the perfect game day pizza. And reminder, it's only $10.
So, before that first hut, order Pizza Hut's Big New Yorker, and you'll be set for the whole game. All right, let's move on. The All Dudes O-Line unit brought to you by Dante Scarnecchia. And we're going to just highlight, we call this the Scarnecchia Award. Best offensive line unit in the league. Our nominees, we got the offensive line for the Rams. They only gave up 15 sacks. Let Stafford cook all year. We did see preseason Stafford in the trailer and somehow seemed to not get touched all year. Great offensive line play. The Bears are a nominee. Joe Thuney was massive. Anytime he goes anywhere, they at least get to a championship game. They only gave up 13 sacks compared to 37 the year before, and they allowed Caleb to shine. Our next nominee, the Broncos. League low with 6 sacks. Had a league low with 6 sacks. The league's most efficient unit. Just 137 pressures. And then our last nominee, the Colts. Yes, it was a rough year for the Colts. Injuries hurt them late, but this Colts team still had an unbelievable running back that ran for a lot of yards, and they protected an old Rivers and allowed this guy to cook, essentially. I mean, this guy's 45 years old, so they're definitely an all-dudes nominee. Preseason Los Angeles Chargers, honorable mention, before Slater and Alt got hurt. They were going to be a really good offensive line, so they're honorable mention. We're hoping that they can get back for next year. But Rob, out of the nominees, who do you think we should go with?
Oh man, Jules, just a lot of great offensive line units we're talking about, but I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bears. That's what I'm thinking.
That's exactly who I was thinking.
See, we got the same minds, and that's why we're on here on Dudes together, man. Great minds think alike, Julian, and we're always thinking alike, and that's why we were teammates. That's why we were wingmen together for so long, and still are for so many years, and probably will be for the rest of our lives. But the guy that I love is their left guard, Joe Thuney. I mean, we played with him. Thuney, however you say his name. I think that H is silent. So it's Joe Thuney. Smells like tuna fish. That's how you can remember it. He's going to love that. But we played with him in New England. He went, to Kansas City after. Now he's in Chicago. And every offensive line that he goes to is really crappy the year before when he switches teams. And then he goes to that team, that offensive line just improves tremendously. I mean, the Bears... He led the Bears offensive line unit this year, and it was just a huge,
it could have been. Let's give a shout out to all the guys.
Just give a shout out to all of them.
Left tackle Ozzie Trapilio, left guard Joe Thuney, center Drew Dahlman, right guard Jonah Jackson, and right tackle Darnell Wright. I think the tackles, they're young guys, right? They're younger guys, but look, this offensive line gave up 37 sacks, leading
last year in 2024.
League leading last year. And then you get to 13 and you got to tip your cap to Poole for bringing in Thuney, Dahlman, and Jackson through free agency and trade. You got to tip your cap to Ben Johnson and how he morphed that offense with all the shiny tools and toys they have on the outside with Moore and the tight ends and, the running back. Like, they were a run team. When they won games, they were running the ball, and that offensive line was cooking. And I still have thoughts of that game against Philadelphia where they dominated Philadelphia. And it was through the run game, through this offensive line, man. This offensive line, may not be the best, but they're definitely all dudes this year.
And our all-dude quarterback, Caleb, gifted all the guys from Don Julio 1942 as well for performing so well and protecting him in the pocket throughout the whole entire year.
It better be a barrel. Caleb better got him a barrel of that stuff.
Make it like 3 barrels each.
Just a straight barrel. All right. So our 2025 all-dudes offense, quarterback, Caleb Williams. Receiver, Puka Nukua. Running back, Bijon Robinson. Tight end, Trey McBride. Our offensive line unit / Dante Scarnecchio award goes to the Chicago Bears offensive line. Now let's get on the guys that can wreck a game. The Edge presented by Myles Garrett. Our nominees, we got Nick Bonito, 14 sacks. Micah Parsons, 12.5 sacks. The guy ended up in IR. He probably would have had 19 sacks. Will Anderson looks like a just straight, he scares me. He's got the arm brace and everything. TJ Watt is TJ Watt. He'll wreck a game no matter what. He's always there. And then lastly, Myles Garrett. The Edge presented by Myles Garrett, and he's a nominee for the Myles Garrett Award, who had 23 sacks, NFL record, breaks Michael Strahan and TJ Watt's tied at 22.5 or 22?
22.5 sacks they were tied at.
So I think this is a no-brainer.
Yes, this is a no-brainer, Julian. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
we got to give the Myles Garrett Award to Myles Garrett.
Yes, especially the year that he had this year. Single season sack record. It was in 17 games, yes, but guess what? He did it in, I think,
He had like 6 sack game, didn't he?
6. Yeah, he had a 6 sack game versus the New England Patriots, and the New England Patriots still won. Like, I was shocked. Like, how do you get sacked 6 times, by one player, and you still win the game? And that sucks for Myles Garrett. You did so much for the team. 6 sacks you gave your team. It was 5 or 6 sacks he had against the Patriots, and they still lost the game. Like, that must be heartbreaking if you perform like that and you still lose the game. I would be very disappointed.
He's also like the leader of the team. Like when he addresses the media, everyone listens. It's usually the quarterback. Just for everyone, reminder. Not with the Cleveland Browns. Everyone waits and sees what Myles Garrett can see because that's how big and impactful his game is. Awesome off the field. We all know about his Halloween obsession. This guy goes crazy on Halloween. He loves to do the whole costume thing. He always does crazy stuff. Note, he is on the same team with Pro Bowler Shaheed Sanders. But yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. Myles Garrett's
great note right there, Julian.
Well, you got to feed the listeners.
It's Myles Garrett. He's scariest.
Myles Garrett is the Myles Garrett Award winner.
The scariest defender to block, in the passing game. No doubt about that.
All right, let's go to our all dudes interior spot with our nominees. Poona Ford, LA Rams, 47 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 pass breakup.
Ooh.
Milton Williams, 29 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 1 pass breakup. Huge signing for the Patriots. It was hurt, but having a huge playoff run here. Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy with Seattle. We would just give them together because they've been averaging so much good stuff together. 96 yards per game over the last 9 games, and they're still playing. Top 10 defensive line all season. So they're going to go in together. Cam Hayward, Pittsburgh, nothing to be said. Guy's a force. And I was going to say Zach Allen. Zach Allen for that Denver Broncos defense. He ate 7 sacks, 6 PBUs, 38 tackles. You got Benito and Cooper on the outside. Zach Allen was eating on the inside. So those are our nominees.
Oh, Jules, this is good. I got 2 that I narrowed it down to. I got to give a shout out to Cameron Hayward, though. He's 36 years old, and he's still getting it done.
Balling.
And he was the lone Steelers All-Pro, and they even have TJ Watt on that defensive line as well, and he was the only All-Pro. So Cameron Hayward, just absolute savage out there, and he's so good. He can play defensive tackle, but also he can line up at defensive end at any time. He's just that big and athletic, and he can do so much for the Steelers defense. But I'm going to give this one, I'm thinking either to Leonard Williams or Milton Williams. I just love the Williams. Maybe we just give it to both of them and say the Williams, and they're facing each other. They're going against each other in the Super Bowl. So the Williams are my all dudes team interior spot.
I love that.
Yes, there's no doubt about it.
Both of the Williams and Murphy. You're kind of in there too. Byron Murphy out of Seattle, but this is going to go to the Williams.
Yes, I guess you got to take out maybe Byron Williams Murphy. We can just just pretend that's his middle name just for this segment. But just overall, Leonard Williams is massive. This guy's about 6'5",
spot on,
6'6", and I played versus him when I was in New England. And Leonard Williams he's a savage veteran. He was on the New York Jets, and he was so good. He's a defensive tackle, but he's so good and athletic and so huge. He lined up at the defensive end position, and I was like, oh, Lord, please help me, because this guy is absolutely massive. I can't block him. He's like 330 pounds, and I just try to get in his way. I wouldn't try to one-on-one him and try to push him backwards. All my goal was to get in his way. Guy is so athletic as well, and he's still doing it at a high level, and now for the Seattle defense. And Milton Williams, the guy was hurt some of the season, and he still performed, 2.5 sacks still, huge signing from Philly, and he anchored the New England defensive line. Now that he's back, look how good they are doing in the playoffs. Like, it's just ridiculous. They're stopping, these offensive rush units like no other. Yeah, him and Christian Barmore are just absolutely dominating. So it goes to the Williams.
I love it. All right. Let's move on to the all-dude secondary spot with our nominees. Devin Witherspoon out of Seattle, Quinyon Mitchell out of Philadelphia, Kamari Lassiter out of Houston, Daryl Stingley Jr. out of Houston, Patrick Surtain, the second out of Denver, and our guy Christian Gonzalez out of New England. This one for me, this is a tough one. I loved Quinyon Mitchell all year.
Yeah, he stepped it up big time for their defense.
I mean, he's really good. Stingley you're not going to go wrong with any of these. Christian Gonzalez is a straight playmaker.
Friend of the show as well. Thank you, Christian Gonzalez, coming on last week. He got the victory. So if you come on a show, you're going to win.
So we got to give it to Christian Gonzalez, right?
Yeah, Christian Gonzalez. Just by default.
He came on the show. Then he has the game-ending pick in the AFC Championship. That's an all dude.
All dude. All dudes, dude.
Say, honorable mention Quinyon Mitchell because I think he's a fucking baller. I think they're all ballers. These guys are all fucking good.
It's hard to really determine which DB is better.
Christian Gonzalez, no homer.
Than the other defensive back because it's all about schemes as well and what system you're playing in for the defensive back position. So, but Christian Gonzalez, by far, first team, all dudes, dude.
Honorable mention Quinyon Mitchell. Next spot, the all dudes team green dot guy. The guy who's calling the plays in the middle of the defense. We got nominees: Jack Campbell out of Detroit, Devin Lloyd out of Jacksonville, all pro, Zach Bond out of Philly. Guy's always making plays. Devin Bush out of Cleveland. That defense was fire. Demario Davis out of New Orleans. Some positiveness out of New Orleans. And then Robert Spillane out of New England. Those are our nominees. I think for me, it's either Devin Lloyd or Zach Bond.
Oh, Jules. Oh, I differ from that. I really like Demario Davis, New Orleans. Ooh. 14 years in, he's still absolute ball, and I remember going versus him. He's a tough SOB. He's strong. He's very intelligent. In order to play 14 years in the NFL, man, you got to be a super, super smart football player because your skills start to diminish. So how do you make up for your diminished skills? Yeah, you can stay at a high level still, but these young guys are always just going to be a little bit faster and quicker than you as you get older. And you got to just make up for it for your intelligence. And that's what Demario Davis has. And on top of that, man, he's still a strong player. He'll hit you. He'll meet a fullback in the hole. He'll tackle you one-on-one. He brings his A game in. He can talk some garbage if he needs to as well. He's a dude's dude. That's who I'm leaning towards.
Then that's what we're doing. I think Demario Davis, New Orleans honestly, they turned it on at the end of the season, and the defense was tough to score against. So they had some big plays.
Yeah, their defense was good all year. It was their offense at first, at the beginning of the year that really wasn't helping out. If they had a solid offense, I'm sure it would have been the Saints that were going to the playoffs in that division this year. But their defense stepped up throughout the whole year. They were shady sometimes, but yeah, they were up and down. They were up and down, but usually they're pretty solid. But Demario Davis was showing up at all times.
Tackles, 14 years in. Yep. All dudes.
Yep, all dude.
All right, let's move on to our next award, the All Dudes Team Teamer, presented by Matthew Slater. We have Rashid Shaheed, midseason trade, housed a kick week 14 against Atlanta, 58-yard punt return, week 16 against the Rams. Harrison Melvis out of the Rams. That's the thicker kicker guy. He's thick. He just looks like an all dudes guy. Marcus Jones had 2 punt returns for touchdowns. Cam Little hit a 68-yarder this year. 68-yarder, 70-yarder in the preseason.
Yeah, he hit a 70-yarder. If you take those two numbers, the 68-yarder and the 70-yarder, what's the average of those two kicks, Jules?
69.
Yep, you are correct. You're a math magician just like myself.
Not like that. And we got to also throw in Devin Key, 26 tackles on special teams, new franchise record, led the league in special teams tackles this year. Devin Key, he was a baller for the Broncos.
Bala Shakala. This is an easy one for me, Julian, though. Who are you thinking?
Who do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't think, I just know who I'm going with. You know, I really loved Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones is one of the reasons why the Patriots are in the Super Bowl, because he always gives the team a spark on the special teams unit when they need it throughout the season to win that game. But
he's also got a couple picks. He picked Josh Allen off too.
Exactly. Great defender as well. So he's used all over the place. He kind of reminds me as you in a way, because you play special teams, you return kicks, but then you are also a force on the offensive side of the unit. So, you know, he's bringing it. He's bringing his A game. He brings the heat. But I'm going to go with Rashid Shaheed. And John Snyder wanted Rashid Shaheed for about 5 weeks prior to the trade deadline, and he was trying to get him. That was his guy. His eyes were on Rashid Shaheed. You know, he wanted him on the Seattle Seahawks, you know, roster. And finally, right before the trade deadline, he got his guy. He traded for Rashid Shaheed. And this guy has been a difference maker for the Seattle Seahawks, as you can see in the NFC Championship game. I mean, Sam Darnold hit him right off the bat with the fade. And that's not even his specialty, is being on the offensive side of the unit as a wide receiver. This guy is the special player that he is on the special team side aspect of the game. He has 3 kick returns for touchdowns. I think actually 1 punt return and 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns since he has joined the Seattle Seahawks. That's just absolutely ridiculous. That changes games. He has changed games. He brought the one to the house for San Francisco to start the game as well. Was that the playoff game? Correct? That was the playoff game.
That's when you knew the game was over.
That's when you knew, baby. So Rashid Shaheed is my all dudes team, you know, presented by Matthew Slater.
Yeah, so it's Rashid Shaheed with honorable mention, Devin Key. I mean, it's a Matthew Slater award. This guy had 26 tackles. Slate would love this guy. So I think we got to go Rashid Shaheed.
And are we going to get a Hester this Super Bowl?
I don't know.
But with Rashid Shaheed?
We could.
Similar traits?
We could. Rashid Shaheed and Devin Key. Let's move on to the next. Rob, I've never asked. Are you a dips guy?
Like the workout? You can't tell?
No, I mean for your chips.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah, of course.
You gotta try this new Daisy's French onion dip. Goes great on Sundays.
Daisy, like the sour cream brand?
Yup, that's how you know it's gonna be fire. I use their sour cream all the time. Goes perfect with my Taco Tuesday dinner.
Oh, Jules the chef. I love it.
Yup, and now I've added the Daisy's French onion dip to my Sunday spread. They make it with all natural herbs and spices.
I like the sound of that. Everyone knows you need a good dip for game day. Personally, I like to dip everything I can. Veggies, crackers, chips. Heck, I might even dip a buffalo wing in there.
That reminds me, they also have Daisy's Ranch dip.
Now you're speaking my language. Sundays on the couch just got even better.
Yup, seems like a no-brainer on game day. So get out there and give the French onion dip a try. You won't regret it. Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who need a game-winning play. They dissolve under the tongue to work in 15 minutes on average after medication dissolve.
Timing is everything, on the field and in the bedroom. At a moment's notice, you gotta be the big man and come through clutch. I take Rose Sparks to make sure I'm ready to rock when my number is called. When the big moment comes, you have to be prepared. That's why I always keep Rose Sparks on hand. Dissolvables hit the bloodstream faster than old school treatments. No more waiting up to an hour for pills to kick in. With Rose Sparks, guys can get harder, have more control in bed, and more satisfaction for their partners. Rose Sparks gives guys a boost to get harder and last longer. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off your first order of Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with a provider at ro.co/dudes to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/dudes for $15 off your first order.
So our 2025 all-dude defense and special teams are interior, the Williams, both Both Williams.
They're not brothers, but they're the Williams.
They're the Williams.
The Williams.
The Edge Myles Garrett Award goes to none other than Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett wins the Myles Garrett Award.
The
Not
green
surprised.
dot. DeMario Davis, 14 years, balling still.
Can you explain what the green dot means once again, Julian, for all the listeners
Green dot
out
is
there?
the guy who the green dot is the guy who has he's making the calls from the coach. He's getting the play calls from the DC and he's communicating it. So you always see the green dot. The quarterback has a green dot, and usually middle linebacker has a green dot. The secondary all dudes team, Christian Gonzalez, no homer.
No homer at
Honorable
all.
mention, Quinyon Mitchell. Our teamer, all dudes,
AKA
team,
the Matthew Slater Award.
AKA Matthew Slater Award. Rashid Shaheed, honorable mention, Devin Key. Honorable mention, Devin Key. And that's our all dudes defense and teamers. But wait, we have two more categories.
What are they?
One leads the team and the other supports them no matter what. That's right. We have head coach and number one fan.
Ooh, I like this. We're switching it up a little bit.
Our all dudes head coach nominees are Kyle Shanahan out of the 49ers, Liam Cohen out of Duval, Jacksonville, Mike Vrabel out of New England, Ben Johnson out of Chi-Town, Chicago.
The
And
Bears.
old Mike
The Bears.
and Mike McDonald out of Seattle. Those are our all-dude team head coach nominees. And who do you think our all-dudes team?
Oh, man. I mean, it was a no-homer with Christian Gonzalez, so maybe it might be another no-homer again with Mike Vrabel, but I really liked what Ben Johnson did with the Chicago Bears. Like, the Chicago Bears are a storied franchise that need to be good every single season. It's good for the NFL. It's good for the city of Chicago. You know, it's a team that a lot of people cheer for, you know, throughout our nation as well. Chicago Bears, they're just a historic program. It's just so great to see the rivalry back between the Bears and Green Bay. It might be the most hated rivalry in the game, where those two teams hate each other the most out of any other rivalry right now. We absolutely love him. Ben Johnson took that team to a whole nother level when he got there this year. So I really, really like him, no doubt about it. But in Kyle Shanahan, what he did, he just showed how
Kyle Shanahan.
like he just
Unreal.
showed his football knowledge, overcame so many injuries, made the playoffs, and they beat Philly
Overcame
on the road as well.
What is it? The magnetic field.
Is the magnetic field he overcame. Oh, yeah, with his
Power
football
plant
knowledge.
field right
with
next
his
to him.
football knowledge. You know, that just shows strategy can overbeat anything that's magnetic. But
Mike McDonald calling his shot before the season about the NFC Championship.
Yeah, yep.
All these coaches are awesome, but it's got to go to Mike Vrabel.
it's got to go to Mike Vrabel.
Because that's our kind of guy.
Exactly. I mean, took New England to the Super Bowl in the first year. Went 14-3
fucking crazy.
after New England went 4-13 last year. It was supposed to be just a rebuild season. They were just supposed to be better. That's all. Just
They're supposed to be better. We're not in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it goes to Mike Vrabel hands down, and that's why I like our all dudes team, you know, head coach award, because you get to include the playoffs as well. I hate, you know, like, you know, the MVP. It's just all based off of the regular season, but I think it should be
include
included
playoffs
as well, you know, with some playoff, you know, history and some playoff games, just to see how they do in the big games. And Mike Vrabel has sure proved it in the regular season. Now he has sure proved it, you know, in the postseason as well. And these guys, they haven't won games because the players are better than the other players on the field. They have won games because of the strategy for the New England Patriots and getting his team fired up. And that's why Mike Vrabel is our all dudes team head coach.
I'm still in debt for him for his picks at the Kentucky Derby. I think I won like 35 grand on his picks. He used to be my handicapper.
What a nice
I go
guy.
up to Vrabes. Hey, Vrabes, who we gambling on? Like, let me see your thing. He'd just do it.
What a good guy.
He'd have his little, remember his little pamphlet? He'd be over here looking at his shit.
So-
He's fucking smart.
Are you going to pay him?
No, we just gave him the All Dudes Head Coach Award.
Yeah,
So that's my payment.
Definitely makes up for it. Not
Yeah.
in debt anymore. All
Not
paid
anymore.
off. All paid off, baby.
And let's move on to our last and final All Dudes member team guy.
Oh, I really
Girl.
like this one. I really do.
All dudes team number one fan nominees. Seth Rollins.
Oh, WWE superstar.
He's made a breakthrough. He's doing a lot of TV work on NFL Network. He kills it. He came on to Games with Names. He's a baller. What is that? Oh, he did the Alex Honnold Tower live stream. He was emceeing it, and he killed it. He's crazy. Bradley Cooper is another nominee. Eagles mainstay, killing it with the Uber Eats food ads. You see him all the time.
He really is, man. Those Uber Eat football ads are pretty hysterical.
Yeah. We got to go Cardi B, newest member of Pat's Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing with RKK, amazing post-game post reactions, getting all the kids involved.
What about
Gronk Jules?
Oh, I love this nominee.
He just knows so much about ball, we had to throw him on.
Who's that, Jules? Who's that? Who's
That's
Gronk?
you. That's you, Rob.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for acknowledging me.
And then we had to throw on Ann Michael May. Ann Michael May, she's taken over social media. Bakemas is still rolling. I see it on NBC. I see it. She's got all it going. And I always want to try. I always want to try the stuff.
And Jules, she loves Drake May as well.
She loves Drake May as well.
She's a sweetheart.
So who do you think our number one fan of the year is?
I'm going to let you pick this one, Julian.
I think it's got to be Cardi B. Cardi B is so funny.
Well, also on top of it, she's real. She brings the juice to the table. When she was in the suite and doing that stinky dance or whatever. What's that where you put your hand over your face and you start like waving your hand in front of you?
I don't know what
it
is.
Like it's stank. Like I call it the stanky dance. So whatever, she took that to a whole nother level when she was up in the suite with RKK. And she brings, like I said, so much juice to the table. Like you got to get amped up when Cardi B walks in the building.
And her post-game rants are awesome.
They are.
She just starts, she got like that New York accent ranting on it. She's funny. She cracks me up. And it's just fun. It's fun when superstars are around.
It really is.
The game.
And we got to give honorable mention to Ann Michael May. I mean, come on.
Got to give honorable mention
we
to
got
Ann Michael
to. She's
May.
doing such a great job in New England. And it's just so natural with everything that she's doing. The Bakemas is just rolling in. Julian, I'm on here to ask one day if she will cook or bake, not cook, if she will bake us some goodies and send them to us and we get to try them on the show.
We got to. It's not easy being the queen of New England. And that's what she is. And she's handling it with one cookie at a time.
And with grace.
With grace. And our 2025 all-dude coach, number one fan, head coach, Mike Vrabel, no homer.
No homer.
And number one fan, Cardi B, honorable mention, and Michael May.
And no homer again.
No homer again. And what a team. How did we do? Who did we miss? Let us know in the comments. It may be Super Bowl time right now, but we have a big game this weekend. The NHL. Here, passing my jersey. The Stadium Series is heading to the Sunshine Stadium.
Oh,
how's it going to do in the Sunshine Stadium? Isn't it warm there?
Yeah, it is. I'm not really sure how they're doing it. Like what? They're going to keep the ice
jersey.
They're going to keep the
pasta.
I have just a Tampa Bay jersey, just no name.
Pasta.
The no name. It's a Tampa Bay jersey. I'm just cheering for the team. But Julian, all right. So I was a Boston band. Hold on, the jerseys are right. I was a Boston Bruins fan. You know, when I was with New England, when I went down to Tampa, I was a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. But deep down in my heart, number one
fire.
Deep down in my heart, my number one NHL team is always going to be the Buffalo Sabres. But I was allowed to switch tables for a little bit because the Sabres haven't been to the playoffs. They're like the longest tenured team in the NHL to not make the playoffs. I don't think they made the playoffs since I was in high school in Buffalo. I still remember those days. We were going crazy. So with them not being good, I was allowed to switch teams and bandwagon the Bruins. I was allowed to bandwagon the Lightning, and but deep down in my heart, I'll always be a Sabres fan. They're dominating this year as well. I think they'll finally make the playoffs. We're hoping so. So, you know, you can't rid me at all that I'm wearing this Tampa Bay jersey right now and you're wearing the Boston Bruins jersey. I like both teams, but like I said, deep down, you can't argue at me because I am a Buffalo Sabres. I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan. Dominic Hasek.
Big Z would kill me if he... I just did a commercial with them for Sam Adams. We're here talking about the Stadium Series, and Big Z, he made me sit on his lap like I was like 4'2". He's like, "Come here, Jules, sit on my lap." I sat on his lap for a picture, and I felt like a little human. That's how large he is.
He's
But
gigantic.
hockey, how are they going to do it in Tampa Bay?
Well, the NHL Stadium Series is being played outdoors in Tampa Bay, Florida, at Raymond James Stadium, where I won that Super Bowl during COVID, baby. And you heard that right. An NHL game outdoors down in Florida, Boston Bruins versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, my two bandwagon teams. And the game is this Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. That is, in the rink and field, this is how it's done, will be transformed into a giant treasure map with a pirate theme, which makes a lot of sense because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play there,
Pirates.
and the whole entire stadium is pirate themed because of the Buccaneers. But I think there's going to be like some chillers underneath the ice to keep it cold. Like it's got to be. There's got to be some system where
I wonder if it's going to be tough ice for the players.
You know, stays frozen. I do hear the players complain sometimes about the outdoor rink, but hey, you got to deal with
90 degrees.
If you want,
it's not like it's Boston.
If you want a Stadium Series outside in Florida, you got to deal with the circumstances. You can't complain as an NHL player. It is what it is, and every player has to deal with it. If it's slush,
I tell you, the fan will have a great time. This could be awesome for the fans.
This could be a slow game as well. It's like, you know, the AFC Championship game. No one could really, you know, hit full speed. Everyone, you know, is cautious on their first step. This may be similar because the ice may be a little, you know, softer, you know, so you can't really skate as fast and have a great quick takeoff either.
How's the hockey culture in Tampa?
It's pretty solid. I mean, being in the Sunshine State, I mean, you shoot over to Fort Lauderdale and the Florida Panthers, that culture is terrible. I mean, the only reason why it's kind of there is because they've been so great over the last 5 years and won the Stanley Cup. What was it, 2 years in a row now they won the Stanley Cup down in Florida?
Yeah, they're beasts.
But other than that, if they weren't winning the Stanley Cup, the culture is absolutely garbage. They had no fans. The fan base, they weren't showing up at all. But in Tampa, it's pretty solid. It really is. It kind of feels like a hockey town. Even when the Tampa Bay Lightning aren't doing great, there's still fans there. They're still showing up. And also the Lightning went on that streak where they were going to the Stanley Cup a couple years in a row, and they won it a couple years in a row as well. So it's a serious. It's not no Buffalo, you know. It ain't no Chicago. It ain't no team up in Canada, but it has a pretty strong fan base down in Tampa Bay. It ain't no Boston as well, not even close. But for a Sunshine State down in Florida, it ain't bad, Jules. It ain't bad.
All right. Well, I'm so excited for this weekend to watch it. I just want to see how fast the players are going to play on maybe the heated surfaces.
I think that's going to be slow. They're not going to be as quick. It's going to be a little slushy out there, but that's okay. It gives a new perspective for fans. It gives a new perspective for the players. Adjust to the situations, just like we adjust to snowstorms when we're playing out in the field.
Brad Marchand, too.
Brad Marchand. Oh, guys.
I miss him.
Nose face killer.
Wow, that's going to be fun. I can't wait. Let's go NHL. Let's go NHL. Let's go NHL. Let's go NHL.
Let's go Buffalo.
NHL. Let's go
Buffalo.
Let's go Boston.
Let's go Lightning.
Well, that's been another episode of Dudes on Dudes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Comment a dude you want us to do, and remember, rate and review.
Call in and ask us a question on the chill line at 561-203-5789. And remember to follow Dudes on Dudes on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Snapchat. We will see you all next week. Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.